Hi all. Okay, another gotcha moment. I was doing so well at the beginning of this playthrough, I think. Maybe I done too well at the beginning because I'm getting caught out quite a bit now. Another daft one, really. Martin's picked up again. And he's quite right. I'm trying to trace communication through here. Hang on, this guy was here, he was here, wasn't he? Yeah. So I'm saying that this guy doesn't have zone of control in here, and that means that there's a 1 hex gap in here, through here. I say this guy can trace communication through here. Well, these are still allied towns, and this is also an allied bridge. Actually, bridges doesn't matter. If that wasn't an allied town, they can cross. They can cross river. I mean, he could come in here, for instance, but he can't get in here because he's got zone of control. So, or let's just say that was a German town and that's an allied town. He can come in here, then he could go just cross that river there. To trace communication we're talking about. But this is an allied town, and this is the only hex that's not got zone of control, but I can't trace communication through that. So yeah, so my thinking there was all wrong. I think as I mentioned this, I've just got a bit complacent. Communication is usually so easy to trace. Cause it's not like supply, you can cross rivers and it's any amount of hexes, but you can't go through German towns. Actually, I don't think it mentions bridges. Hang on a sec. I always wondered about bridges, but the fact that you can just cross the river anyway, it probably is irrelevant. What am I looking for? Communication, yeah. Hexes in, yeah. Path may not pass through enemy town or city hexes or through hexes occupied or controlled by enemy units unless a hex is occupied by a friendly unit. Yeah, so it's similar to supply regarding that, but then it says the path may be traced through a hex adjacent to an enemy unit that does not exert control, which is what we were doing there, but we were missing the part about that being an allied town. And then finally the path may be as circuitous, I can't get that word, as necessary and may be traced through any terrain, including across an unbridged river. So yeah, that I've got it wrong, and it then means that we played, the second card that the allies played was Strengthen. So I said, now this is where I do have a bit of a challenge against what Martin's saying here. I'd quite like to have maybe some other thoughts on this. Anybody else might think about this, unless I'm picking Martin up wrong. I'm saying, let's just say, for the sake of what we're talking about, that there is a gap through here, okay? So he's then telling me that even if there was a gap through here, so that's a 1 hex gap we've got here, and I moved that unit to there to not have a gap there, but make the gap here. He's saying that that's creating a new gap, and I can see the argument for it. That doesn't feel like that would be the intention. I mean, this is what we're moving the gap from that hex to that hex. We're not extending it. It doesn't feel like it's a new gap to me. It's just moving, but yeah, I wouldn't mind some other thoughts on that. Martin's spot on with all his stuff. He does have when he reads the rule book, I think he has a clear understanding of the rules. I think some of the rules in the rule book, and all rule books, can be misinterpreted. I mean, why is there so many questions on the forums about this, that, and John Butterfield has to come and confirm. Then we get some errata and all that. So you know, I'm not saying that what he's saying is wrong. It just doesn't feel quite right to me. That I feel like it's maybe just it's moving the gap by a hex. You know, does that count as creating a new gap? If you read it in the rules, rules as written probably tells you yes it is, but just doesn't feel right. Anyway, I'd like to do a bit more research on that, find out a bit more about that one. But however, he's spot on. I can't do that because well, there was no gap there, and now there is a gap here if I move that guy to strengthen. So we can't do that. So I believe strengthen doesn't happen at all then. Yeah, sorry to just jump back. So these two guys they'll have had an activation because they attacked us. So just so I'm clear of where I am. So now I'm looking at strengthen. This guy actually would be next. Why didn't we look at him? Because he can't strengthen it. Yeah, I think we did look at it. Because he would be next in line to try and strengthen. And yeah, there's not. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these guys can't get across to this guy. Okay, so that wouldn't count. So then we look at this guy. And yes, he could have strengthened that guy if he wasn't creating a gap. Does seem like that was okay anyway, but again, just bumping into the obvious. Okay, and then we had the other guy up. No, sorry, hang on. Well, we looked at strengthen on this guy as well. We ended up putting an IP on him. He was the last guy. So if strengthen doesn't happen, yeah, Martin said that the pullback might happen. Yeah, because when we strengthened this guy, he then counts as having had an activation. That's what strengthen does. If you recall, it says move to closest qualifying. The unit stack moved to is then considered to have performed an action. So when I moved it to there, that was him activated. That's why when this card came up, there was nothing to do. But this can help this guy out. You know, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, right, how can he's not out of communication, he's not in dangerous round. Honestly, this game can catch you so many ways. I mean, he is in dangerous round because he's not got zone of control here. This guy can go 1, 2 and surround him. I'm like, I had to I was just about to say, well, no, I think Martin, I think you've got this one wrong. Nah, so okay, so he's a unit and he's in less than 5 hold value. He's able to move, and he is in danger of surround. So the action is if out of communication. Well, that one's not, so it's B. If in communication, move back. Stop when not in danger of surround and not in a clear hex or all movement points expended. So hang on a sec. So yeah, so move back. He wants to follow the withdrawal arrow and not move into a German zone of control, obviously. So there's his withdrawal arrow there. So he's going to move into this town, and that's going to be 2 movement points for him there. So he still does have 1 movement point left, but is to stop when not in danger surround and not in a clear hex or all movement points expended. Well, he's not in a clear hex and I don't think he's in danger of surround anymore. No, he is not. So that's pretty clever. Yeah, so he stops there, that's his activation over. Yeah, well done Martin, well spotted. Good stuff. Keep me on my toes. Although I still would like to discuss that one a bit more. If there's any other, maybe some posts I've missed that like confirms that or makes it more clear maybe, but just it feels a bit off, that one. However, I'll not go into it anymore. Okay, so, and that was the last card, wasn't it? So then we would look at the 2 units. Where are we? Yeah. This guy up here would still have got an IP, and sorry, coming back down. This guy that didn't move is getting an IP as well then. Yeah. Okay, so an IP in this guy as well was the one up there, so. Right, another error fixed. Sorry about that, guys. Fortunately I hadn't started doing anything else. Been working today, so caught it in the nick of time. So back with a German impulse next. Hi all. Okay, I'm just going to chuck this little video in here because I've never got around the time to make a comment on it. Yeah, I was going to wait until a situation came up where I could speak about it, but I'm just putting some of the clips together. So I thought I'd chuck this one in here. I'm not showing you much of the map because it might spoil things for you. If there's anybody watching. So yeah, it was regarding me doubting the situation that Martin had gave me regarding creating a new gap, or which I thought might have been just the same gap, but I'm moving it by a hex. And eventually I mentioned it to Martin, and I posted a wee post regarding it. Got 2 or 3 comments back, basically backing up what he was saying about it. How could I have doubted you, Martin, the Butterfield guru? So yeah, I think part of the back of my mind I was like, well, it probably is right. I probably got this wrong, but it just felt a bit strange to me. And if you can't remember, I'm tagging this on to the last video, so it should kind of make some sense, I think. I've got these 3 units. It was basically to say, I mean, at the moment there, you've got a gap through this hex here. You know, if you're just looking at that situation, the zone of control there, the zone of control there, but there's a gap in that hex there. I'm not talking about times or anything, let's just forget it, it's just a gap. So, and so the gap is that hex. So if I then suddenly move that unit to there, so we've been talking about the gap through this area. Now the zone of control here and zone of control here. Now the gap's here. So the gap's moved from this hex to this hex. And I was trying to see it as it's still the same gap, it's just moving a hex. But, you know, it's not really. That was a gap, that hex. Now it's not. We've closed that gap, but we've opened this gap. So it is creating a new gap. And okay, I'll hold my hands up now and I'll accept that, and won't do it again, honest. Okay, so these things are all here to challenge you in this game. There's a lot. I'm adding this wee bit in here just now, but there's a few things cropped up since that if you keep watching anyway, or if there's anybody watching, they might come across it. Anyway, so it was just to acknowledge that fact that I got that wrong, and it does make sense when you look at it. Just maybe my stubbornness was trying to get the better of me. Okay, anyway, nice one, Martin. Okay, I'll catch up with you later, guys. Okay, German Impulse. I'm going to play card 66. Activate 80 core. Going to just move this guy into the forest, across that river there, and move my out of supply unit 1, 2, and 3 into there. And yeah, that's it. Only thing I can also do is I can IP that unit that's in that hex. I think that's allowed. It does say it says an out of supply unit may not build an IP, but to be honest, it's this unit I'm building the IP with, so I think that's okay. And that's all I'm going to do with them. So I'm down the bottom, an IP on. That's it. Only spent 2 points though, so going to get another activation. Okay, going to play card 49, activating 58 core. I know I talked about maybe bringing these guys around, but seems like an awful long-winded way. So I'm going to go in here. We've got a couple of assault coordination cards, so I'm going to go 1 and then another 4 into the forest with these guys. And I think we're going to have a go at this guy. Let's see if I want to move anything else. Yeah, I'm going to move this guy 1 and then 2 into St. Hubert, I think. Can't quite get him into there anyway, so. I think I'm going to bring this guy away. Move 1, 2, and then 3 into Bastogne. He's been sitting there for a wee while, kind of guarding that, but it's a broken bridge across. I suppose it was another. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Yeah, that's all movement. I'll leave this guy here, I think. So, yeah, pretty sure I'm going to win an attack on this. I'll just have a look at the numbers. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to play. We are attacking this hex. I'm going to play assault coordination. So we've got 7 and then another 9. So 16 to 4. So 4 to 1 odds. And oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. We've got elite, so that's 1 for the elite, 6, and then 1 for the combat tactic, 7. Got the magic number. That's good. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to draw a card for the allied unit. And we've got 7 core, these 12 core, so That's quite handy. That's the guys that are in the reserves actually. However, he is going to get artillery. Put it up there, we can see it better. Okay, so maximum of 7 chip pools, minimum of 2. He's an IP armour in the woods, so yeah, we need some good draws. Okay, I'll get the first 2. Okay, there's the first 2 chip pools, so nothing doing. Disperse on supply, defender adjacent on the back. This is 61, there's combat engineer on the back, but neither apply, unfortunately. So yeah, we're going to go all in, so we'll get the other 5. Well, yeah, almost. I would have been happy if I hadn't drawn the woods chit, but oh well, that's what it is. Yeah, so it's 2 hits to each of us. Unfortunately he's got an IP though, so that knocks one of them away. So the other one is going to be a hold check, isn't it? Or he's still going to exert zone of control, yeah. So it's going to be a hold check. Oh, it's 2 plus the 2 steps. And that's it. So hold check on a 4. And we got a 7. So he's going to retreat. And that's the withdrawal arrow. That's an unbridged river though, so hang on. Yeah, bit a strange one that I think. Well, he's wanting to go into either of these 2, and this is crossing an unbridged river. That's the withdrawal direction. So however, I suppose that comes down to the next priorities. So he'll go into here. That satisfies the last hit. So we've got to take 2 hits ourselves. So I'll have a wee look. Yeah, I'm really going to have to seriously consider replacing some points now, I think. So yeah, I take a hit on this lower unit. Fortunately dropping it from a 4 to a 2. But it was either that or eliminating one of them. And I hit on this elite unit. Yeah. Okay, we've got a chance to advance into that hex, so let me think about that. Okay, I'm going to move the wire units in then. Well, I'm going to advance one of them in first because we've got to do a bridge demolition check here. Better to see what's going to happen. So bridge demo check. Ooh, just got away with it. Okay, I'll just advance our 2 in it. Not really making a big progression here, I think. Things have stalled quite a bit. Maybe I'm making some poor decisions. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to bash through here. It's quite tough. But it's not easy to get round about, really. And the allies have all this side of things kind of tied up. Anyway, okay. I'll just advance them then, and that'll be that. So that's spent our 3 points. That's a spent 5. So I'll tidy things up, and we'll get 3 new cards, and then allies get an impulse. Okay, that's the 3 cards we had. left. These are the 3 new cards. Okay, on to an Allied Impulse. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, no command again. Oh, we're still engineers. This one's air power doesn't start till the 21st. Thankfully. That air power's not very nice. Engineers then. We do have a roadblock way up the top there. So it's more than likely there's something going to pop up there. Yeah, so looking for a reserve unit. I've got these 7 core units which are all in the 1st Army. And all these units are in the 1st Army. So it's only 7 core units we've got in the reserve units box. So we're going to take one of them. It's going to be the lowest numbered unit. Yeah, I think it's an Allied supply. Don't think there's any problem in placing it like that. Yeah, that's it. So not going to be straightforward to get to that fuel marker and to also get to Spa and get 2 victory points now. Yeah, it's a pity. Maybe I should have, in hindsight, activated them up there. It's easy to say that. Okay, that's pretty straightforward though. That's Allies event impulse over, so it's back to the Germans. Okay, I'm going to play card 59, activate 85th core. Let's see if I can go after this guy. Sneak away, go away. Okay. So he needs to break away 1, 2. Right, hang on a sec. Okay, I think I've got it. He comes in here. This infantry goes 1, 2 into there. He breaks away for 2 into here, and then and there. That's 3 units, 6 steps. This guy comes in here, and this guy goes 1, 2. Oh, don't. Oh yeah, no, there's a road connected. Oh, it wouldn't matter anyway. They had enough movement, and that's 5 steps in there. Yeah, okay. So we've got 3, 6, 9. 11, 15 to 2. Uh, 15, so 71. 71 odds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 chip pools for that. So 6 chip pools. Now he's not getting to draw a card. Am I playing a card? I've not really got anything great to play, to be honest. Infantry infiltration, which doesn't help me anyway. Well, it'd be nice to get to the 7 chip pools. Let me think about that. Okay, I just realised I missed something coming in with my movement, because we've become adjacent to this We weren't adjacent to before, were we? No, we were all up here. And although there's no normal roadblocks, you still need to check for a roadblock if it's a VP hex. So there's no road connecting this either, but anyway, I'm stopping there anyway, I can't move any further. So we do still need to do a roadblock check, so hang on a sec. Okay, gotta zoom out for that. So it's a check on a 5. Drat. Okay. So we get a roadblock in Elbrook. Yeah, just a couple of additional things there. I know there was a unit adjacent here, but 2 things. This has got a whole value of 5, so when it's adjacent, if it's got a whole value of 5 or 6, you still do the check. And also this guy's bracketed, so not exerting, although he's in the town, so he is exerting zone of control, but it does say itself not adjacent to any unit other than the moving unit. Exception is the position has whole value of 5 or 6, or is adjacent to a lone allied unit with bracketed combat strength. Yeah, but however, all these things apply. I still needed to do a check for that. I think that's right. So that could be unfortunate if we do happen to take this guy, because we move into this hex and we would then have it stop. Oh, well, we would do a bridge check first. Well, a bridge check there, and let's not jump ahead and think we're taking this guy out. He might well stay where he is. Okay, so yeah, I was wondering if I was going to put a tactic. I'm not. I think the fact is I could get dispersed on supply. We drew 2 of the chits the last time, mind you. Yeah, we'll just go with that. So he doesn't get a card draw. The minimum chip pool is only going to be 1 though. So we'll draw the 1 and we've got a maximum of 6. So let's get the 1. Well, there's 1, it's artillery. So no artillery played. So yeah, I'm going to draw the other 5 to max out. There we go. Disappointment. Yeah, we didn't play the combat tactic to give us a large attack, which would have helped because we've got 1 hit on him, but he's in a town, so he's going to soak that up. So that would have gave us the other hat. And 1 hit to ourselves as well. Just noticed there, both the attack or artillery chits are the priority, and I know I was saying earlier on where I always felt like they were usually, the priority was usually went to the defender, but there you go, there's 2 of them in the draw, so I don't know what the ratio is. However, that's irrelevant here. So 1 hit each, but like we said, he's in a town, so that takes care of that one. We've got to see where we're taking our hit. Okay, going to take the hit on all these 3 infantry units. Go bracketed, so it's either the armour or this guy's green. I know he's an extra chip pool, but he has a, because he's more than, well, he's 4 steps original, isn't he? He's got another counter for him. The good part is he loses his green status, so yeah, I think we'll take that one. Take the hit on that one. So yeah, a bit disappointing there, but oh well. Only spent 2 points, so oh yeah, that was the other thing about me. I was considering playing a combat tactic, yeah. So that must have been in the back of my mind. He says, confident in his abilities. Okay, so we'll get to play something else before that. Let's get a shot. Hi all. It's been a few days since I recorded. I've been tied up with work a bit, not really had the time. So we had just trying to catch up where we were. We had just played this. We just activated them, hadn't we? And we had an attack that didn't go too well, but we'd only spent 2 points. Yeah, okay. I'm back to what I'm thinking. I've been looking at the board for a wee while. I've just not had the chance to play in. So I'm going to play Army Group B card up the north there. I'll show you what my thinking was. There was a couple of. I'm going to play it for a camp group. There's a couple of places I was wanting to put it, but I think I've decided where it's going to go. So I'll move the camera up and we'll have a look. Okay, I think I'm going to put it here. Initially I was going to put it back in here or here to grab more of the 67 core, but this lets me grab these. It's actually only 2 units because the first SS unit in the bottom, but so I think I'm going to place it there. I don't know. There's a couple of. I'm thinking about maybe attacking here and here with what I've got. Just worried that the first SS. I want to avoid any A results with them because I'm pretty sure it's going to eliminate some units unless I can stack them in a way that. Anyway, right. Okay, I'm going to activate the camp group there, and I'll have a look and see what moves I'm going to make. Okay. I'm going to move these two of the 12th SS units into there. And thinking, I was going to just push all of the 3 into there, but they're all single steps. And if this attack takes more than an A1, it would mean eliminating one of them. So I don't know if this is smart or not, but I'm actually going to move one of these into here, and he's a double step unit. So that kind of safeguards that a little bit. Okay, and then the Piper. No, it's not that guy, sorry. Hang on. Yeah. I'm going to bring this guy 1, 2, 3 into there. And the Piper's going to join him. And then this unit's going to go 1, 2, 3 to join. So that's decent there. I think I've got it worked out that I can chuck this guy in as well. He's the only unit I can get round the side though. I think it works out at 25 to 5, so I think it works out at 5 to 1 odds there. I'll double check things once I've made all my moves and whatever. Alright, just hang on, the camp group was there, wasn't it? That's right, isn't it? I think, yeah, because it was to grab these guys. Okay, just have a wee think here. Oh, and just what I remember, I think I talked about this bridge before, possibly being in my control previously, but it is now because I've activated, these units I've activated, and there's no allied unit in there, so it's definitely a German bridge now. Okay, yeah, I'm going to move this whole stack out of Malmedy. So infantry goes 1, 2, the 2 9th SS units go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll bring these other 2. Yeah, that's forest as well, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know, maybe I should leave them there. No, I suppose they'll still be on the road if I move them into that forest, so I'm going to move these guys into here. So that's where the camp group was. So I can still move this, this, and this. That's out of range, so. I'm going to bring this guy into Malmedy, I think. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that guy in beside them. The last one is this. I think I'll just pop him in beside that guy as well into Malmedy. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have 2 attacks, one here and one here. So yeah, let's not mess about. Let's look up here. I think I had, like I said, I had 5 to 1. So 3, 6, 10, 13, 23, 26. Yeah, so 26 to 5. So we've got 5 to 1 odds there. Don't think I'm playing a card. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're all applicable for a chip pool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've got 1 for a wheat. Piper's only 2 steps, so that's 8 chip pools. Let's double check I'm not playing a card. Yeah, I'm not going to stick with that. So 5 to 1, 8 chip pools. He's elite. No infantry in the forest. Okay, let's draw a card for that, guys. Okay, I think this is the first time this has happened. There's a match. So it's an 18 airborne card. And these units are from the 18 Airborne Corps. So they want to try and get an undetected defender. Give me a sec here. Yeah, they're not going to get a undetected. Well, there's no units from 18 Corps in the reserve units box, but you can still check for out of contact units. So that's quite possible that might matter. But one of the conditions is that they're less than 4 steps. These guys have 4 steps. So we're not going to check for that. Yeah, not in dangerous surround and possess fewer than 4 steps in total. So they'll go 4 steps. So we're still going to apply it as a combat tactic, and they're going to get artillery. So maximum 8 pools, and there's a minimum of 4 pools. So we'll get the 4. See where we're at. Wow, look at this. There's the chits there, guys. They all apply. This one is 6 to 1 on the back, and it's a D2A -1, but just short of that. But I'll take the 4 to 1. We'll attack our combined arms, we'll attack our armour, and a flank attack as well. And they're not in a town, just in the forest. So D4 at the moment. So, ooh, tough decision here. Oh, I'm finding it hard to decide here. I'm thinking if I just leave it at that, they are going to retreat to here. Then their whole check for the next hit is going to be on a nay. So they're more than likely going to just stay there or take a step loss. Probably take another step loss. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a bit of coughing fit there. I think I'm going to go to 7. I mean, the worry is the fact they're in the forest. I think that's my biggest scare. I'm probably going to regret this. I'm going to go to 7. Yes. Okay, what was the first jet I drew? My forest. Fortunately, we got another 4 to 1 to balance it out, so no harm done, I suppose. This was Defender Recon or Combat Engineer, which doesn't apply. So, yeah, I probably should have maybe just accepted it anyway. You're just trying to get the extra couple of, D6 would have been amazing, but I'm maybe being greedy there. Yeah, so we got 4 hits on him. So he's not IP'd or anything or in a town, so he can't go here. Zone of control here, zone of control here. So going to retreat to there for the first hit. So that's us down to 3. So he's got 4 steps. We've only got 3 hits. And these only retreat the ones, of course. And if it was in a step, it causes the defending unit to exert no zone of control. That's not applicable. So it has a hold chance. So it's got a 2 hold value. 4 steps is 6, and he's retreated 1, so it is 8. So his hold value is 8. Okay, so hold chance on an 8. I rolled a 1, so well under that. So that's going to be a step loss. So yeah, he's going to take it on this guy who's not had any losses. So he's the highest selector number. So he takes a step loss there. That drops him down to 2. So again, 2 isn't greater than his 3 steps this time. He would still exert zone of control, so he's going to do a whole chance again. So this time it's 2 plus 3 is 5. And he's retreated. So now it drops to a 7 now. So a whole chance on a 7. Oh right, okay. We get a 10. Yeah, so that's good for us, I think. So he's going to retreat. And okay, he's got the town. Oh man, I can't remember how it works again. Hang on. Retreat priorities. Well, no, he doesn't want to move into that because it's not a road. It's just that's a withdrawal. Nah, I'm forgetting. You don't look at the withdrawal arrow first. He wants to avoid moving into a forest, not via a road. And then, yeah, and he's wanting to move into a town. So, yeah, he's going to move into Eupen. So that takes care of that. So we've now got 1, and Annie becomes dispersed. So this is good. This is a good result. And then, because he's retreated twice, the last hit is a step loss. So he takes that on the top guy as well. So that's got them both bracketed. They're back in that town though, but dispersed. So yeah, I think that was a pretty good result, really. Now we can also advance after combat as well. Okay, I'm going to advance this into here. I'm going to follow up there. I'm going to keep that guy together with him. What's first SS? Right, they're going to go here and then here for the second one. Yeah, he's going to advance in and then out into there. Oops. And I'd like to, I can't go in there and there because of the rules where I'd be deviant from the path of retreat, so yeah, I think we put these two guys in there, get them on the road. Yeah, that was a pretty good result actually, and no hits to us, which was excellent. Okay, let's see how this other attack goes then. We're attacking here. Again, it's another Forest Hex, this time is armoured. Not elite this time though, so... and I'm going to play Assault Coordination, so that we can get these guys joining in. And I'm also going to play an Infantry Infiltration. I've got the choice of 2 cards for this one, but... hang on a sec. Okay, I'm going to use this one for the Infantry Infiltration. So we've got 2, 5, 9 and an R14, so 2385. Yeah, there's no way I could have got. I was looking at obviously try to get 25 to 5, but there's no way I could have got it. So okay, 23 to 5. That's just 41 this time, and so we've got 6 units. They're all valid or a chip pool. So 6 pools, 1 for elite 7. And then we've got 2 combat tactics for 9, so 9 chip pools. There we are. And right, we're going to draw a card now. That unit does have reserve units in the reserve units box, and he's only 2 steps, so here we go. Okay, it's 8 core, we're okay. And the combat tactics, tank battalion. Oh no, he's going to increase. I did think about that, but even with the odds, I think that's going to make it. I'm up to a 6, and the odds are going to drop to 3 to 1, I think. But I did look at that, and there was even getting 24 in there. I just couldn't do it because I thought about even if I could get 24, but. Add 1 to the allied strength and then fills the requirement for armour, but he's already got armour. So unfortunately that takes it from, what was it, 23 to 6 now. So yeah, drops it 3 to 1. So, well, that's that. So maximum of 9 chip pools, minimum of 2, so let's get the 2. Okay, there's the first 2. This one doesn't apply. We've got a 3 to 1 and mixed all the chits. There was quite a lot of chits, so we're about due a blue chit. So, yeah, and I'm feeling like going to 9. That's the second SS. It could take a hit or 2. So, yeah, I'm going to go for this. So I'm going to draw another 7. Oh, that was a roller coaster. The first chit I drew above the 2 was this, and I just caught it in the corner of my eye, and I thought, oh, that's the second blue chit. I hope it's not the forest one, and it was. Then I got this, and I thought that was, and then this, I thought yes, and then we finished with another D-1 for the forest. So the forest did do me in this battle. I suppose it did get away with it in the last one. None of these 3 applied, so yeah, so it's just a measly wee 1 hat. This chit's nasty. Okay, so he's going to do a whole chance there. Yeah. What is he in? He's in a 4. So 4 plus his 2 steps is 6. That's going to be it though. So a whole chance on a 6. Okay, whole chance on a 6. Well, he's rolled a 9. So he's going to retreat. So yeah, I think that's probably what we would have liked. So we can't go here. We can go here or here. He's going to prefer the city, isn't he? Yeah. And he's going to back up into Spa. So do we advance? Probably. Hang on. Oh, and by the way, he most of, I think all army units when they flip this, they don't go bracketed. So he was still going to exert zone of control if he took a step loss there. So part C of the check? Yeah, part C didn't apply, so that's why I went to the whole chance. Yeah, I think we'll advance the stack and leave the other guys there. I don't know, I mean this is a strength at 8 in here, so not quite sure what we're going to do with that. I suppose if we could have got that guy out of the way, come round the back a bit, but yeah. Okay, well that was, yeah, it was pretty good. No hits to us in both the battles. And got that guy dispersed out the way. We've got a run for Verviers, possibly. Both, I haven't drawn the first or second SS core card. There's 4 cards left in the draw pile, so I know they're to come. Well, in fact, we're going to draw I've only got 2 cards left in my hand, so we're going to draw the whole 4 cards. So first SS, second SS, and we've not seen the 47th yet. So some nice cards to finish. Obviously, I'll not be able to activate them, but I can always pop down, do the 47th, and yeah, could be quite an interesting finish to the day. But the Allies do get a shot now, so let's go and have a look.